Welcome back. Shoki Kandjimi, the spokesperson of PetroFund, joins me this evening in studio to discuss the recent hydrocarbon discoveries in Namibia's Orange Basin and, of course, PetroFund's initiatives, including the TVET scholarships aimed at empowering local communities and the Namibian economy. Shoki, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Nina. Thank you so much for having me.
Lovely to have you back and in a different capacity.
Indeed, indeed.
To start with, Shoki, can you elaborate on this, the significance of this recent hydrocarbon discoveries in Namibia's Orange Basin between 2022 and 2024?
Well, the Orange Basin has really been the hotspot for the past, let's say, 2-3 years, because Namibia discovered, of course, oil and gas between 2022 and 2024. So there's quite a lot of activities in terms of us finding now that oil and gas to make it commercial and eventually go into the production stages. So for us, it's an exciting moment as PetroFund, because we have been now in existence since 1993. So we have already prepared some of the Namibians for the industry when it unfolds or takes place, basically, yeah. So
long in the making. And finally here, yeah. How does PetroFund see the expansion of exploration activities impacting the Namibian economy and, of course, local communities? And that's not specifically or particularly within the southern regions.
Yes. So like I said, really it's an exciting moment for the country, Namibia. Quite a lot of activities are happening within that Orange Basin. Now for us, really it's an exciting moment because these young people that we have trained are now able to really put their expertise into practice, because all along we have been waiting for this great moment when Namibia is able to discover oil and gas. So now that as PetroFund, we have now funded Namibians from all backgrounds to really have this opportunity to work in the oil and gas industry, to really also learn. Because it's a first for Namibia that we have discovered oil and gas. So there's quite a lot that we can learn through the process to also explore other avenues or other basins that we have in the country. Of course, when you look at the south, really, it's also an exciting moment for them, because where there's development such as the oil and gas, you can already really see the future being bright for them, because services will be closer to them. You don't need to travel to towns and so, but you can stay in that area, grab all the opportunities, be it in a business perspective, be it in an employment perspective. So really a lot is happening that people in the south can benefit from.
Also talk to us, Shoki, about what prompted PetroFund and Harmattan Energy Limited to offer fully funded TVET scholarships. Talk to us about, what prompted that, what type of courses fall under these scholarships, and understand that it's taking place at the NIMT Keetmanshoop.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Nina, I always like to say our mandate is centered on 3 things, which is capacity building, the provision of scholarships, and also institutional development. So one of them being scholarships, we decided, look, for the past few years, we have not really been focusing so much on TVET. It's only last year that we really introduced TVET scholarships to really also allow for our people with technical skills to also offer those skills within this, because they are also needed. So that's why we came up with this scholarship with our partners to really fund Namibians. We don't want to only focus on degree holders, master's holders, which we have really funded quite well. We also wanted to fund those technical skills. So we are in need of boiler makers, we are in need of electrical personnel, we're in need of people who are really into fitting also, because they also have a role to play in the exploration and appraisal stages of the industry. So that's why we really came up with this, to really look at the south, because that's where the activities are happening. So we want to empower people in the south, and we strongly encourage them to apply to really take part in this, because it's a fully funded scholarship where you don't have to worry about anything. All you need to worry about is you getting to school and doing your best to come participate basically in the petroleum sector.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So what's the eligibility criteria for the scholarships? And also talk to us about, of course, how interested candidates can go about applying.
So, of course, we only fund Namibians. You need to be a Namibian citizen. Of course, you need to have passed subjects such as mathematics, English and science courses. So these are now your physical science, your chemistry, because those are science-related courses.
Right.
Yes, and then also you need to ensure that you apply for NIEMT. The application is closing on the 31st. We hope that they will also be extending that very soon. So we need you to apply by the 31st of this coming Friday, so that you also apply for our scholarship, which is closing on the 9th of February.
Okay. Could you share more about the role of NIMT in preparing students, for the evolving petroleum industry in Namibia?
Yeah. So NIEMT was really established when the mining industry was booming, and it still continues to boom. So really they have certain courses that are also relatable to the energy sector. So that's why we really considered them, because they are also able to give us the skills that we need in the industry. So that's why we as PetroFund really approach them to say, look, let us fund some of the students to go to do some of your courses, which is boiler making, electricity related courses and so forth, because they are still relevant to us, because we need them to also work and so forth. Sadly, we don't have yet a oil and gas training center. That's why the mining sector came up with its own training center, which is named. But we hope in the future to also have the oil and gas sector, center, so that they can host a different other oil and gas related courses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just lastly, how do you envision these scholarships, Shoki, impacting, employment prospects for young Namibians?
The oil and gas industry is quite a big one when you look at other countries that are really are recognized globally. Looking in Africa, Nigeria, you see how it is recognized as the well-established country economically. And this is boosted by the oil and gas industry. So for us as the country, of course, we are also preparing to reach to those levels, but we need to have the necessary capacity in place. And that's why PetroFund has really made it a priority to fund and prepare our people for this industry. So really, employment will be created, of course, when the commercial hydrocarbons are found and production stages starts unfolding. So really a lot of opportunities are there for Namibians. All we urge them is just to grab all these opportunities.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's just go over those dates again. So the applications for NIMT Keetmanshoop campus closes 31st of January. And then the application to get a fully funded scholarship to the courses, which include boiler making, electrical, fitting and turning, closes on the 9th of February.
That's correct. Yeah, so we just encourage everyone, every Namibian to really apply, but strongly we also encourage those ones finding themselves in the south to really grab this opportunity.
Fantastic. Well, Mr. Shoki Kandjimi, thank you so much for being here with us this evening. It was lovely having you.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back after this very brief break with some more here on the Daily Roundup with Nina. Stay tuned.